YouTube! Yeah, magic fingers! Pat for This Land Batten here, and I wanted to give you guys a quick review, hopefully less than 15 minutes of total everything else, on the Mountainsmith Tour Lumbar bag. We're going to cut to some footage of it out with me on a hike, and then we're going to come down to see what all kinds of crazy crap I stuck inside of this sucker, and give you some ideas of whether or not this is a thing that would work for you. You would like it, and I hope you do, and I hope it does, because it's dope. Okay, bye. Alright, so here we are. Let's go on a little tour, but around the outside of this bag and dive into the inside of this bag and look over some of the features and what you think about it. We'll go, I guess this is technically the front of the bag, if you're walking with it. So we got these awesome straps. One of the things I love about these straps is their actual tightening, their tensioning system. So if you're able to check that sucker out, when you put it on, you pull forward, so you'll grab it from your hips and pull this way and pull towards you. And I actually really like that system. I find it's a little easier to get a good snug fit and make it comfortable. If you have a smaller waist or have been losing weight or whatever, one of the things that I've noticed is these things kind of get in your way a little bit. But so far I'm a huge fan of this system, and a lot of their other backpacks have that system, and I think it's great. So well done, Mountainsmith. Nice little padding and ventilated mesh on the inside here. This band will fit a 28-inch to a 48-inch waist. If you looked at the footage from the hike, I have a 38 to 40-inch waist, and so that's what it looks like on me. This sweet extra little pouch here for quick accessible stuff. I got a little fire starter, some chapstick, little tea. I love tea. I'm a tea guy. You could fit a multi-tool. It could fit maybe a smaller cell phone. Got my whistle attached on there with a little cord zipper there. You know, whatever. Some snacks so you can munch without stopping. Nothing on the other side. It would be cool to see both. You know, pouches on both. That would be fun. The cool thing also about this is you'll see, let me take out the kukri. You see my kukri will sort of stash in there. And the loadout you're seeing in here is stuff you could carry. This is not typically how I carry this bag, although I have carried the kukri stashed in here before like this on a hike. But these guys will fold away and tuck in underneath the pouch here, so you're able to actually carry this thing without the hip belts flapping all over the place if you so choose. This nice ribbed mesh breathable pad on the back, and this makes it super comfortable. Like, I mean, really comfortable to wear. And gives you a little stash pocket to put something you need in there, whatever works for you, maps, something like that. You get up here to the shoulder strap. You saw me wearing the shoulder strap in the video. I'm a fan of the shoulder strap. It helps stabilize the bag and make it a little more comfortable, especially when you are carrying a decent amount of weight, which it's surprisingly easy to weigh this bag down a lot. For being only 9 liters in size, it's really easy to load this sucker down. And so this can be detached if you don't like it. Take it away, stash it somewhere else, and you have just a handbag or the lumbar pack without any of that stuff hanging over your shoulders. But that's actually really nice. And there's a feature that comes along you can order separately where they have shoulder straps that clip onto here and go up over both of your shoulders for extra stability and comfort. At that point, my thought was, well, just get a backpack. I never went there because they have larger versions of these bags. Of this bag, and I figured if you're gonna go that large and need shoulder straps anyway, just get a backpack and make the commitment. Water bottle pouches on the side there. You got the two Wawas. This will hold 32-ounce Nalgene's, and you saw in the video carrying my 40-ounce water bottle. It fit in there. You can have nesting cups, whatever you want to fit in there. Fits really well. And the cool thing about this bag is between these two pouches and what I'm going to show you on the inside, you can carry a lot of water. And it's not hard to see how this thing can get really heavy if you let it. On the front, you got the shock cord here, nice and bungefied. Put a jacket on there, put a small blanket on there. This is my poncho, my blanket with a hole cut in the middle of it. Love that thing. I should do a video on my ponchos. And underneath it reveals some MOLLE webbing. You can see here I've got my Mora cans bowl with the multi-mount attached to it there. I'm going to take it off real quick because it helps me get to the rest of the bag more easily. And you know, I've carried other pouches on there. I've got a multi-tool, a Maxpedition magazine sheath I clip on there. I carry multi-tool in. I've got another Maxpedition drop pouch that folds up and, you know, for foraging and things like that. And so if I don't want to carry that on my body, I can attach it here. And it gives you a lot of versatility, a med kit, whatever you want to do. But this extra little bit on the outside, plus the shock cord, phenomenal touch. Moving into the main pouch. And again, this is just stuff you could carry that fits. Got some deodorant going on. Got my little old-timer tooth picker with those awesome carving blades going on. I've got a Right in the Rain pad with a case going on there. Got a multi-tool. Got my keys on the key lanyard. Super awesome, especially if you're going hiking. You don't have to keep them in your pocket, make any hot spot or uncomfortable. Clip them on the inside. And you'll see in there the yellow they got going on. This is another one of those sweet little touches, like attention to detail, that they put into this ultra simplistic bag. It makes it really easy to find your stuff in here because the yellow helps contrast and reflect a little light on the inside and make stuff just a little more easy to get to, or at least see to get to. You can see it's a pretty large bag and it swallows both of my hands. It's like Mary Poppins in there. It's crazy. And it's one of those things like it seems small, but it's not. But it is. But it isn't. Got your YK zipper with the pull tabs. I'm a huge fan of these webbing pull tabs that they got on here. Moving in the main pouch, one of the first things you may notice, or I'm at least going to point out to you, is this little pouch that's sitting on top. In this bag, this design feature is phenomenal. There's another bag that I own from Mountainsmith called the World Cup. It's a backpack. This feature, not working on that pack. I'll get a review out and I'll show you why. But the thing I love about this is it allows you to have kind of a quick access pouch for smaller items. Got the water filter in there, a headlamp, a small whetstone, and a compass. And then if you don't need any of the stuff in that pouch immediately, you can just flip it over. And when it's weighted down, I'll just put this guy in here to give it some weight. And when you have weight going on inside of it and you flip it over, it helps keep the bag open, which I find really nice. It's a little extra weight and it helps you dig in there and gain access to it. And then if you're done, boom, you zip it over. If all you need, it's right there. And it adds a little extra organization without being complicated. And so boom, I'll flip it over and keep it open. Got the Laplander in there. Got my Stanley Cook set. I've got a little Solo stove wannabe. This is a fake one. Sorry, Solo. I just didn't spend the money on your way nicer thing. It's a lot of money though. Little syringe for the squeeze filter. Down at the bottom, I've got some plastic bags just for emergency stuff, and boom, trash. Beautiful. But there's the bottom. Again, with the high vis stuff, makes it easy to see, and it's just pretty spacious, and it's kind of impressive, I think, on all the things you can get in there. If you wanted to, here's my hammock. There's also another bag with the webbing gear that goes in there. The hammock can go in there. Maybe you got another system. Here's another, just a little Coleman pan setup going on in there, and so you got options. Like, this is a thing where I've gone out, and if you're crafty and you're capable and you're following the footsteps of John Muir or Nessmuk or some of those older school guys that said the more you know, the less you carry, this could be a great bushcraft bag, assuming you are knowing what you're doing. Next, going in, this is a padded neoprene sleeve, and you got the padding on the back, and so you saw I slipped in the iPad mini. It also kind of fits back here if I want it there too, but you have a nice space for I'll put my Kindle back in there, some technology. Got a few little extras here, an emergency bag, some paracord, some random stuff, and you'll see here I've got my little Mazama water bladder. Camelback also makes some water bladders that are designed for their lumbar packs, and according to my sources on the internet, they also fit down in here. And so there's that. Got a little tube back here to connect and disconnect and roll it in and out for. And that's kind of the overview. That's it. That's the bag. Simple as that. Simple as pie. Super simple, easy, minimalist backpack. Okay. So the great thing about this bag is its overall versatility, and that versatility comes from its simplicity. There's just not much to it. It's a pouch with some straps, and straps I forgot. These guys right here, these compression straps, you're able to grab and pull them from the front when you're wearing the bag and zip it tighter to your body while it's on you. Such a sweet feature. So most of the tightening and everything you do to secure the bag and get it to fit, you can reach and grab and do from it being on your body. Huge. Even on the bottom, although it's weird because it looks like you're reaching for your bottom. And if you really wanted to, these straps down here on the back, no, they're not going to carry much, but a little bit if you want to. But compression straps, still kind of reachable from the front, or from the wearing position. And so the beauty of this bag's dumping garbage on me is its simplicity. This bag just doesn't have much to it. One of my qualms with the bag when I first got it, and it's the reason I don't use it as like an urban EDC as well. I tried it out that way for a few months, and it doesn't have a lot of organizational features. And so that made it less useful to me for separating my pens and markers and writing pads and making them more accessible as I move around and jot things down. And it made it less useful in that way, in that respect. But it wasn't unuseful, if that makes sense. It could have been more useful. It wasn't unuseful, and I still love the backpack. Or I love the lumbar pack. Butt pack, fanny pack, take your pick. And so it's kind of like, well, I don't know, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know. What do you do? That's what I do. What do you do? So the question comes down to then, what is this best for? And I say just minimalist hiking. Now, one of the things that's very useful for me as a minimalist hiker is my environment that I go into. So the footage you saw rolling was up on Mount Rainier, and one of the things that it was crossing my mind as I went up there is that whole area is more prone to highly fluctuating weather conditions. That's just what mountains do. And so as I was thinking about it, I was like, I should have brought a bag that I could carry more clothing in and more items to be safe against rapidly fluctuating weather conditions. Most of the time when I hike, I'm in areas that I know well, and I know that I don't need a ton of stuff to go hike in and experience that space. And so that's one of the things, the more you know, the less you carry. This is one of those bags for that. The more you know about where you're going, the more you know about your skills, the more you know about what you're about, the less you have to carry, and that's where this bag comes in. And it's so freeing to not have your back laden down, to have your entire system centered in the middle of your mass, like right there at your lower spine. Having this sit there is very comfortable. It allows you to move more freely and be less burdened by the materials you carry. And when you are in a position where you don't actually need to carry much, you're set. This could be an EDC bag. This could be a urban, wherever, all arounder. This is genuinely kind of a Swiss Army knife of backpacks. I don't use it for everything, though I could if I wanted to. And there you go. That's who this bag is for. This is for a minimalist hiker. This is for an EDC type of guy. 9 liters, a lot of space for 9 liters, and a lot of that comes from its simplicity. Super basic, super versatile, super comfortable lumbar pack from Mountainsmith. Winner, hit it out of the park. Well done, guys. Pat out. Oh, and remember, whatever you do for this land, you do for everybody.